know what time it is. It's mock draft time, baby. Quarantine style, stay at home, fantasy football 2020 dynasty mock draft time. Me, you, quarantined, hanging out, just doing some mock drafting. Buckle up, baby.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
Take a lap. Yo. What's up, Ricky? What's up, Ugly? What's up, Grant? What's up, Ballers Life? It's mock draft time, baby. Mock draft Friday. We do mock draft Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Rinse really good for 20 seconds and then repeat. That's what we do here at the Fantasy Football Show. Geis 1.01, no. Take a lap, Nick. Always. Is this a new intro? This is a new, you mean the music? The intro has been new for a little while. The music is new. The music's new. What's up, Ryan? What's up, Nick? What's up, Mark? What's up, JP? Smitty, I'm in too many leagues. Well, you know, I know the feeling. What's up, Doobie? Doobie's back! Glad to have you here, Doobie. All right, let's do some mock drafting. How many people we got in the room? Okay, hit the thumbs up. If we don't have the same number of thumbs up as we have people watching, we're not starting mock drafting. That's ridiculous. Wipe your feet when you come in the show. This is stuff that you already know. Rise, eat, shine. I'm sorry, rinse, eat, shine, repeat. Edward, what's going on? Can't wait to draft. Now, these spots are going to go quick. I only see 6 thumbs up, by the way. So we're waiting. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. There they come. Okay, here we go. I'm posting the link. That's not the link. That is not the link. Okay, I'm posting the link right now. On the count of 3. 1, 2. There's the link. Get some. And I'm going to put on screen the URL as well. Go to sleeperu.com/stayhome. That should redirect you to the link that I also put in the chat. Let me post that link in the chat again. That link. Now let me share the screen with you. We'll see if there's any spots left. Already you mofos have scooped up pretty much every spot. Boom, boom, boom. I think that's like one of the records for the most consumed draft slots, the quickest in an off-season draft, like deep in the off-season. We're talking about, we have had 800 people in a live before during the season. Right now, it's kind of the dead time. A lot of people aren't as crazy as us, so we could have, anywhere between 20 and 100 people in the chat. And with only 15, 20 people in the chat, that mock draft got consumed up in like 16 seconds. Time to draft. Time to draft. Begin that draft, baby. Triple J goes with the 1.1. Smitty's on the clock. I'm taking my boy McCaffrey. I'd take I like Barkley 1.1 if I've got one draft. I definitely am okay with McCaffrey though at the 1.2. No problem at all. These guys are in a tier above everybody else in 2020. I like Zeke a lot, but I think he's just a touch below. I think if you're trying that two-headed monster approach that I love so much in 2020, especially if you're in an auction, I almost feel like you got to do it with the two big studs in Barkley and McCaffrey. You could do it with Elliott, but I like it a lot better with Barkley and McCaffrey. This is Dynasty. This is a PPR 12 team. we're going to assume we're only going to go, I think, 5 or 6 rounds, but we're going to assume that we're drafting a quarterback. Don't look at the settings for the lineup. It's going to be 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a flex, and a tight end, and a kicker and a D. But we're only going 5 rounds. So draft as you normally would, and of course we can use our brain to determine if you take a QB in the 7th or 8th. You don't have to come out with a QB. Nick, saying things like Saquon Barkley sucks is a really, really bad look. Just saying. Mike Thomas, number 4 to JP. Alvin Kamara, number 5 to Jim. Rage, Dalvin Cook. I like it. I love how Dalvin Cook's falling. Watkins, what are you doing timing out in the first round? That's the first timeout we've had, I think, in a long time. We don't time out. I mean, I time out on accident. But with the first pick, I time out because I'm commentating. I have an excuse. But Watkins, I hope you're back for your second pick. We haven't had very many people ever bail in a mock draft. We do. First of all, I only go 5 or 6 rounds so that nobody gets disinterested and leaves. I don't like doing mocks into the 15th round. What good is that? Adams at the 1.7. I like it. Chubb at 1.8. Derrick Henry keeps falling more and more. 1.9. D-Hop at 1.10. Steel Curtain is on the clock. I did time out like 4 times in Madden. Patty Mahomes going to Steel Curtain. A touch early, even for me, because you can get him late. Like, no one really takes him in the first round, unless you're in like a 2 QB 6 point per TD pass league or a 1 QB 6 point per TD pass league. You don't need to take him in the first round. I recommend you waiting until at least that 202 pick, bro, and getting a better chance at Drake or, not missing out on a guy. Mahomes should fall to the 2.2 10 times out of 10 times, or at least 9 out of 10 times. So definitely wait on that. I think you're still going to be fine, but definitely wait. Nick, we already got your Saquon Barkley doubt. You don't think he'll be a top 10 running back. Again, not a good look, Nick. I'm just telling you. Mike Evans at the 2.3. Joe Mixon, I doubt in 2020. Not a fan of Joe Mixon at 2.2. I just feel like there are better options. I feel like Jacobs would be safer. That's just me, though. I like Eckler more than I like Joe Mixon, personally. Lamar. I like Eckler and Chubb. That's a pretty darn good combo. In a real draft, you don't need to take Kareem Hunt in the top 5 rounds, so you don't need to take him in this draft. I mean, you could, but I wouldn't. If you got Kareem Hunt with your Nick Chubb and you added Eckler, that would be a fine start for you. Was it Ricky? Lamar and Adams, I like it. Godwin and Cook, I like it. Kamara and who you going with, Gene? Who you going with, Big Jim? Adams, Aaron Jones. Kamara and Aaron Jones is a good combo. Aaron Jones is falling so far. He was like a top 7 overall pick earlier on in the offseason. And now he's falling to 2.8 in our mock drafts, which I don't think will be a norm. JP with the MT, AJ Brown combo. Elliott and Julio, and I'm on the clock. I'm on the clock, baby. We got Kittle. We got Kelsey. I'm going to go Kittle here for now. And then I have McCaffrey, Kittle. I could go wide receiver here. I'll take the best player available, though. That's how I roll. Okay, so Jonathan Taylor went. Amari Cooper went. In this spot right here, when I've got McCaffrey, I've got Kittle, I've got very little time to make a decision. It's between Juju, Galladay, and Odell here. You know, I'm just going to see what this looks like. I'm not a huge fan of Odell, but, I mean, I was last year, but he completely disappointed me. But this wouldn't be a horrible, he's still young. This would not be a horrible look to a team. McCaffrey, Kittle, Odell. What's up, Double A? Aaron Jones drop off this year. Sadly, I believe we'll see a bunch of regression. JP didn't really like my options. Yeah, A.J. Brown would be a little early, bro. I feel like you got to let him fall to the third or let someone else take him because, you know, more times than not, you're going to get a huge value when you get him, and you'll be able to still get, you know, somebody solid. I mean, I like A.J. Brown, obviously. No one likes him more than me, but that doesn't mean I take him in the first round because I'm excited about him. Doesn't mean I take him in the second round because I think you need to maximize your value. Juju, Smitty. I have been taking Juju a lot, and I do like Juju at that 3.2. But I wanted to kind of mix it up because every mock draft I'm doing is looking the same, and that's no good to you guys. So I'm kind of trying to build some other teams that I like. I like the Odell, Kittle, but I'm not super excited. Liking the team so far, says PS. Your team? Who do you got? You got Elliott, Julio, and Golladay. Not bad. I'll review the teams, and I'll be handing out air horn assignments to everybody that I like. The 4 spot you're not liking this year, JP. Kyler Murray, AJ Brown. That's good though, bro. I like your 3, man. Can I take a lap? No, Nick, you can take a lap. Right now.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Nick, it's funny because like I'm trying not to go at you, Nick. I've been trying lately not to because I feel like, Nick, you're my boy. You've been here from the beginning, man. So let me preface by saying, no matter what, Nick, I got your back. No matter what, Nick, I forgive you whenever you say things that I don't approve of. Because you're out there representing my brand. You are a consumer. You consume the Fantasy Football Show content. Yet you come out and you say things like Barkley sucks or Geis is a top 10 running back. And Nick, you keep coming at me with it. And I have nothing else to do but to
take a lap. Take a lap.
To play this for you. Like,
take a lap. Take a lap.
You tell me to take a lap, and you just told me Barkley sucks. You just told me Geis is a top 10 running back, and then you tell me to take a lap. I don't get it.
Take a lap.
I don't understand what we're doing here. I don't understand the relationship right now, Nick. I don't know if quarantine's getting to you. I'm there for you if you need somebody to talk to, if you need to vent this out. Triple A. Double A. I've been quarantined too long. I'm going to call you Triple A, Double A. It doesn't matter. Double A says Kamara, Aaron Jones, and Fournette. Ouch. Kamara, Aaron Jones, Fournette. Ouch. I don't know if I'd say ouch, but I definitely, if I'm going to go Aaron Jones in that spot, Kamara, Aaron Jones, I'm not going to go Fournette and then do the double risk factor thing. Yeah. Steven, you're the best fantasy football show on YouTube. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, kind sir. Tell your friends. My first Superflex team is Mahomes, Cook, Drake, A.J. Brown, Judy, McLaurin, Hollywood Brown, and Henderson. That looks like a Smitty-built team, baby. I feel like you're reading off my team in both my leagues. That is a good-looking squad. JP. Rage. Who you going with, Rage? I don't like the DJ Moore pick. No offense. If you like him, trust your gut. Not a big fan. If you're in the room, hit the thumbs up and get ready for another mock. We're going 5 rounds, and then we're going again. We're running it back, baby. 5 rounds, and we're running it back. So if you missed out on this one, get ready to rumble again. Double A, triple A, we're all in the mix for another mock draft, right? I saw today Greg the Leg Zerline is now a Dallas Cowboy. Interesting. I haven't looked at any news yet today. To be completely frank with you, one of these guys could be out for the year, and I wouldn't know it. He could have tore his hammy off his bone in quarantine practice, and I wouldn't have known it. Smitty jumps into a mock and doesn't even look at the news today. Doobie, tell me if there's anything else going on. because I'm winging it today. I'm on the clock, baby. Who do I go with? Montgomery. No thanks, a little early. J.K. Dobbins would be good here. I'm running out of time. This is Dynasty, so I'm okay with that. Computer, how many rushing yards did J.K. Dobbins have in 2019?
In 14 games in 2019, J.K. Dobbins has rushed for 2,003 yards, averaging 143.1 rushing yards per game for Ohio State.
Computer, how many wide... blah, 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 blah,
I know that one.
blah, 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 blah. Computer, blah, 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 blah.
La dee da.
Computer, how many receiving yards did Jerry Jeudy have in 2019?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Wikipedia.org, as a senior in 2016, he had 76 receptions for 1,054 yards and 15 touchdowns.
Computer, Jerry Jeudy stats 2019.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Computer, you're worthless.
You can always send feedback through the help and feedback section of the Alexa app.
Deshaun Watson to New England. Are you saying that, or is that actual news right now? Because, you know, if you say it like it's a fact and it's not true, Smitty's not trusting you on a live show and cranking out the breaking news that you are delivering. I'm not going to put it up if you're going to get me excited. I'm going to pull up the news right now. Boy, you're in trouble if this is wrong. Or are you just projecting him to go to New England? That might be what you're doing. A lot of fake news comes onto these lives. A lot of fake news. Nothing. Nothing. You're just predicting. You're just prognosticating. You're just projecting. Zach Ertz reports the Eagles exercised the 2021 option on the man. Amir Abdullah re-signed by the Vikings. Ronald Jones. The Bucks. Arians from Tampa Bay says they're going to add a pass catching back in free agency or the draft. We knew that. We knew that. Ronald Jones. Don't trust him. Don't trust him at all. Let's review these teams. Time to review these teams. Are you ready? Are you ready for your... I'm either going to convict you of having a bad team or anoint you with the air horn inside my top 5. Triple J, Barkley, Cooper, Taylor, McLaurin, Akers. Congratulations, you're on my top 6, baby. I'm going to do 6 right now because I think there's a lot of good teams. My team is next. So that was Triple J right here. Barkley, Cooper, Taylor, McLaurin, Akers. I like it. Dynasty-wise, bro, you have a lot of solid options. I like it. Let me get my air horn ready because I'm doing my team. McCaffrey, Kittle over the middle. Copyright Dr. Raj 2019. Odell Beckham freaking Jr. Not the greatest pick, not a pick I like absolutely love, but 3rd round value and in 1 or 2 leagues, I feel like I'm going to take that plunge. And given I got J.K. Dobbins and Jerry Jeudy in a dynasty startup, I mean, Odell was worth taking the risk on. That's a freaking... Give me that top. Give me top. Give me top. Get 2 air horns. 2 air horns means you're in the top 3. Top 3 team. Elliott, Julio, Galladay, Russell Wilson, Gallup. Top 6. I'm gonna run out of top 6 spots. I might have to take one back. I might have to give and then take back. JP, MT, AJ Brown, Murray, Chark, Montgomery. Verge, you're on the fringe. I'm going to give you the fringe sound. You're right there. A couple things happen. If AJ Brown develops like I hope and think he will, you will immediately explode. But you need that to happen. That's why you're on the fringe. Man, I'd be tempted. Would somebody say, make this a league? I would be tempted to make this a league. I'd be tempted. We'd have to get unanimous yes. I honestly panicked when I got sniped 30 seconds almost as quick as the spread of the coronavirus. Imagine taking AJ in the second round over Godwin, says Dill. I told JP, I know he's excited about AJ Brown. I've been talking him up. I don't blame him getting overly excited. But you cannot take guys too early or you don't maximize value and you end up completely tanking if you're wrong about any one part of your reaching. You know, if you take a guy right where he can disappoint and still earn you the value, like AJ Brown in the third round, disappointing can probably still earn third round value. If he explodes, you win your league. In the second round, you're forcing yourself to not have any kind of missteps with any of your picks. I will be doing more subscriber leagues. I will, right here, this button right here, it says convert to a league. I'm super tempted to click on it. The only problem is people weren't drafting. Not only that, we only went 5 rounds. We'd have to open up free agency or do something. I don't think you can even extend a draft after it's happened. So I don't think we can even turn this into a draft. Yeah, we can't. Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette, Diggs, and Cooper. I'm not saying it's a bad team, but it's not in my top 6. So you're getting the bicycle horn. Not that I don't like certain aspects of that team. I just don't love Fournette. I don't love Aaron Jones in Dynasty. It's hard to pass on them when they fall that far, though. I mean, Fournette in the third, you can maybe trade him, bro. I've taken Fournette in the third before, late third in a Dynasty mock because there was no other person to take, and I didn't like the draft. I didn't like the spot I was in. Dalvin Cook, Godwin, DJ Moore, Todd Gurley, Calvin Ridley. I don't like the DJ Moore pick. I don't like the Todd Gurley pick. And for that reason, as they say on Shark Tank, whoa, wrong button. For that reason, I'm out. All right, we got the auto drafting first round. Watkins taking Adams with that computer selection. You got Saved by the Bell on that one. Lamar, I like it. It's bold, but I like it. Melvin Gordon, it's bold. I'd prefer to see you get him in the fourth, but he probably would not come back around. I think people are really off their rocker in terms of this guy in 2020, and people are just silly, overreacting. They don't understand that this guy is going to get all the carries. Phillip Lindsay's not taking enough carries away from him. You don't go and get a Melvin Gordon and not use him. He is a PPR machine. He is the man, the myth, the guy that everybody's going to look back on and say, man, I should have trusted that Melvin Gordon was going to get the football enough. Think about it. He's the PPR guy out of the gate. That's half the work right there. And he's going to split at the very worst case scenario, split the carries with Lindsay. You're looking at 60 to 70% of the production right there in a worst case scenario. I think it's pretty ridiculous that people think that he's not going to thrive in Denver. Denver, in hindsight, I admit I was dumb in thinking that Denver was not a better spot than Atlanta. Like in hindsight, looking back at the way they run their running backs, they're a committee type situation. that coaching staff doesn't stick with one running back. I think if they would have went after Melvin, they may have attempted to try that for the first time, maybe. But this is a staff that will definitely run both running backs. What am I doing here? Oh. I don't know if we're out of top 6 spots, but that's a good team. I'm digging it. Ricky, Chubb, Eckler, don't like Miles Sanders. Not that he can't deliver. I love the Marquise Brown pick. The Allen Robinson pick is worthy of it. I don't know why I'm not taking him like most times when I see him. I feel like I might be biased against him for disappointing me in previous years, so I'm admitting that to you right now. Smitty's being honest with you. I don't know if I'm evaluating Allen Robinson properly. And for that,
Take a lap. Take a lap.
I will take my lap.
Take a lap.
But still a good team. I'm going to say you're fringe because I worry a little bit about a few of the players, but I think you are definitely fringe material. And one thing happens, you're in the mix, baby. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, Swift, DK, CeeDee Lamb, fringe team with a bunch of upside. Like if DK and CD bring it in 2020, even as a rookie, Lamb looks really good, and Swift and Lamb land for you in a dynasty startup, you are going to get that sound in 2021 when I'm reevaluating these rosters. So you are on your way. You just need to have those things happen. What is going on here? Hopkins, Mike Evans, Kelsey, Watson, Bell. Don't like the Bell pick in a dynasty. This is actually better value than people are going to say it is, but I do prefer him more like almost 5th round value, so you could call that a little early. Kelsey in a dynasty, he's going to be great for 1 or 2 years, but in a dynasty eventually he will drop off. Evans is injury prone. So like you have a lot of good talent problem, but also a lot of potential problems. But I think you're like total fringe worthy. And like, I don't know, it's really hard for me not to put you in my top 6, but because other teams have really good teams I just liked a little better, I'm putting you in the fringe, but I'm telling you right now, this team, no. You're in, baby. You're in. I'm sorry. I'm looking at it and you're in. I mean, you're gonna compete right away. You're in. But you could tail off quicker than the other teams, I'll put it that way. Mahomie. Don't love Joe Mixon. I'm just being honest. And then you follow it up with a little bit of a risky run of players in Juju. I like Juju. Like if you went Mahomes and Josh Jacobs and then Juju, bro, I'm giving you the air horn and putting you in the mix for top 6. But Mixon worries me. He worries me long term. He worries me just right now. I'm worried about where he's at. Is he quarantined or is he partying inside a dorm room, taking a dump in a closet like Najee Davenport did back in the early, 2000s? Does anybody remember Green Bay running back Najee Davenport partying in the dorms with sorority people, and he goes into a closet and takes a dump in the closet? I think the police showed up. That's Joe Mixon. That is Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon's probably right now out drinking and making bad decisions. I don't like him in Dynasty for 100 different reasons. You can toss that into one of the categories of things I don't like, but then also I worry about him getting hurt, which he did okay last year at the end of the year. But he was a flat-out 100% bust for the first part of the season, and he was one of my top avoids in 2019. He busted on you. If you own Joe Mixon, up until mid-season, you were emailing me saying, who do I dump him off for? I don't even know if I can start this guy. I got so many emails back in the early part of last year on my Ask Smitty feature at sleeperu.com saying, what in the hell do I do with Mixon? I didn't listen to you, Smitty. I drafted Mixon in the tail end of the first round and my season's garbage. And even though he kind of bounced back in the second half, you were already out. I'm not taking Joe Mixon in 2020. And if you'd taken Jacobs, so if you like Mixon Steel Curtain, I get it. Like, you can substitute that part of my analysis and say, well, let's just assume I took Jacobs because I like Mixon more than Jacobs. So Smitty, now evaluate my roster. If we take that part out and you think I'm wrong about Joe Mixon, your top 7-ish, 5 to 7-ish team, but you also have Juju needing to bounce back. You also have Connor needing to bounce back. You also have Kerryon Johnson, who I don't even know will even be getting even close to like half the work in Detroit, if any of the work. We don't even know. He could be the starter. He could not be the starter. He could not even be on the team. Who knows what's going to happen? But Connor, Kerryon, Mixon, lots of question marks. So you will be fringe, my man. But I'm telling you right now, if you would have gone Jacobs, I would have liked your team a whole hell of a lot better. Your top 3 would have been lit. Lit, man, lit. And team number 12, Drake, Tyreek Hill, Devin Singletary, Cortland Sutton, Chris Carson. I'm going to say fringe, not because I don't like your team. You have a good team, Royal, but there's just other teams that I like better. Like this handsome looking group of football players right here in this 1.02 slot. Christian McCaffrey, Kittle, Odell Beckham Jr., J.K. Dobbins, and Jerry Jeudy. I'm liking it. There you have it. There you have it. I'm tempted to do a draft now. A real league. I'm tempted. The only problem is having people collect in these situations. Like, who's going to be the treasurer? Is everybody going to give their entry fee? It's really, really hard to do a draft when you have to organize all that on a YouTube show, because then you have problems, you have people vanishing. So I'm tempted to right now to do a real league, a real dynasty league. I could use some persuasion. Enter persuasion of comments right now, people. Smitty's on the fence right now, bored in quarantine, looking to potentially do a draft, and I'm not getting much of a reaction from you. Maybe we build this up and we do this sucker tonight. I think we do. I think we do another mock real quick, and then tonight I'm going to post on Instagram, and I'm announcing here on YouTube that we are most likely doing a legit quarantine draft. That, no, I can't just give you the spot, because all of you are my people. All of you are children of the show. Let's do it. I deserve a spot. Like that comment. JP thinking he's my favorite son. If you want my money, start the league. J Problem says. Real league, says Royal. I will. I don't have time to go through an entire draft right now, but tonight, with some more persuasion, with a hell of a lot of interest in my Instagram post that I'm going to post, I think we're going real league, baby. And we'll probably draft that sucker around. If we don't do it tonight, let's see. Let's schedule it for... Let's schedule it for tomorrow afternoon. What if I Venmo'd you some toilet paper? That would be tempting. So how are you going to pick people for the draft? It's like everything else, Edward. Put a link in, grab it in about 12 seconds, and you're in. League hype. I'm gonna hype this. We're gonna do the draft tomorrow. I'm thinking midday. Give people something to do during the day. Tomorrow about, I would say, 3 p.m. Eastern. So about when we started this draft, which is noon. Or no. We started this draft at 6 p.m. Eastern. Noon my time, which is, I believe, 3 p.m. Eastern. for most of you, unless you're on the West Coast like me, or I'm in Arizona, but I'm on West Coast time right now. So we'll go noon tomorrow, my time, 3 p.m. Eastern is when we're drafting. When the link being posted, Dill, in the YouTube Live. If you're not in the YouTube Live, if you're not already logged into Sleeper, you're going to have a problem getting a spot in what is usually about 12 seconds. If you're in the chat and you click the link right when I post it, you shouldn't have a problem getting a spot. It's the people that linger in, that don't have notifications turned on the YouTube channel that are going to miss out. Let's start one more draft. I'm going to take, I'm not going to redirect the URL. I'm just going to create it and then draft complete. Start a new draft board. We'll keep it the same. Let's go Superflex on this. Draft settings. Roster. 2 QB. Oh no, we'll go Superflex. And we'll take away a flex option because I want to keep it 5 rounds. So don't, just so you know up front, it's 1 QB, 1 Superflex spot. And even though I'm only putting 1 running back, 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, it will be a 2 draft as though you're drafting 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 1 Superflex, a tight end, and a QB. Okay? So that will be how you're drafting. But I'm just going to put that in there. It's Dynasty, 30 seconds, 12 teams. I'm going to take... I'll take the 4 spot this time. I'm trying to get different spots too. I will copy this link. You guys ready? This is a mock. This is not the league. This is a Superflex. 1, 2, 3. Psych! Go. Go. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. We've got the 1 spot gone, the 2 spot gone, the 3 spot gone. I've got the 4, the 5's gone, the 11, the 12's gone, the 8 through 10 is there. Who's going to grab it? JP jumps in, then he switches triple J's in the 7, problems in the 10. JP jumped to the 1. Smitty's jumping over to the 1. Oh! I saw JP jump out of it. I'm like, I'll just jump and grab the 1 spot. I'm just going to grab the 1 spot, baby. The 9's available. Who's grabbing the 9? Let's roll. Draft time. I'm going Barkley. I usually do like to grab a QB early, and so we'll see what develops with this. But I'm in a 2 QB or super flex league. I'm not passing on Barkley. I'm not passing on McCaffrey. I may or may not pass on Elliott, but then I'm taking Patty at the 4. Dill says, "Oh, I'm gonna be ready." It is weird, or is it weird because I've never experienced it? What, Smitty? How is it without daylight savings time? Oh, okay. You know what? It's funny because a lot of people think that daylight savings time, I don't experience anything. I'm most impacted by daylight savings time. Arizona practices daylight savings time through all of you. And California is now currently on AZ time, or AZ's on California time, however you want to put it. We're always on our time, so they jump on our time. California is on our time right now, but in, I believe it's October, the end of October, California will then be 1 hour earlier. And then right now, New York, East Coast is 3 hours ahead, but then in October, they'll be 2 hours ahead. We have to worry about all of you, especially someone like me who's doing stuff nationwide. Like a lot of my stuff is all I'm posting hours about this and that to all of you, and I have to keep track of where you all are. And I don't move, but yet I'm worried about everybody else moving around me. It's a pain. Okay, it's 2Q or Superflex League. You don't have to have 2 QBs. It's a big difference when you're forced to take 2 QBs and when you're in the Superflex when you don't have to take 2 QBs. But Barkley, McCaffrey, Elliott, Patty Mahomes, Mike Thomas still went above Lamar Jackson. Kyler a little bit early, but it's understandable. It's a dynasty. It's a Superflex. Kamara, Cook, Adams, Chubb, Hopkins, Henry, Baker. Baker is really, really early, bro. But Jim, if you believe in him, stick to your guns. But I think Superflex is hard to tell you where you could have got him, but I feel like that's early. But that's me. I mean, I'd rather have like a Russell Wilson, even if he doesn't have his, he's older. I have to go. Great show, Smitty. Thank you, Doobie. We'll see you later, Doobie. Chris Godwin, Tyreek Hill went before that. Mike Evans, Josh Jacobs to code. JP's on the clock. He's got Lamar already, which was a good pick. Aaron Jones. I think the value's there at 2.7. I just, that he got taken about that place in the other mock, and I didn't like it necessarily because it was followed up with, I believe, Fournette. So as long as I feel like you go the safe route with that third pick, then it's probably worth it. But you just got to make sure you don't like triple up on the risk when you're going with a bunch of guys that could get hurt or a bunch of guys that have potential regression at play in 2020. Deshaun, I'm on deck. Man. It's a tough spot to be in. I couldn't really pass on Drake at this point. And to be frank, I don't know that I can force a wide receiver. I'm sorry, force a QB. But you kind of need to have, this is really tough. Let's see what happens. I'm kind of tempted to see what my team's going to look like in this situation because if you don't, this might be a lesson for everybody, which I also like to do. Yeah, Baker was a bit high. Sometimes I don't. A lot of the time, I'm pretty happy with my squad. Let's be honest. Other times, I walk. I should have probably went Kittle there instead of Juju, to be honest. But other times, I can admit when I don't like my squad. And while I know I'm going to see a comment or two, Smitty, why didn't you go quarterback? You're going to be in trouble. I'm trying to also help you guys as I go. I don't always mock draft based on what I really, really want or what I do. I do so many mock drafts. If I drafted the same draft over and over, my teams would look like JP's, where it's the same players over and over. And I don't blame you, JP. Those are the guys you like. Those are the guys I like. And I literally would take those guys in a draft. But I'm trying to teach you all what to do in certain scenarios. So part of the time I walk in with the plan of let me grab Barkley, let me grab Drake, let me grab Juju, and let's see what I can do at QB later on. And if I can't, then guess what? We all learn not to do that from the one spot. So I love the comments later when people are like, especially if people aren't watching the show, and I've explained that right now to you. And somebody's watching the show, they look at it real quick, and then in the comments, they're hating away, going, "You're giving advice and you didn't take a QB in the first 3 rounds in a super flex? Oh my God, you idiot." And then I have to reply, bro, first of all. And I always do a high-pitched sound for that. I think I picture the dude not in puberty yet, getting upset, has time for all that hate. I like Odell there, being that you didn't go QB. I like Juju or Odell or Kittle there. I probably would have, if I could go back, I probably would have taken Kittle. But I'm glad I took Juju because I've been taking Kittle a lot. And I want to give you guys a different look. I'm trying to draft in different spots. Try that and try and draft not always the same player too, it would be in your benefit. I don't blame you for taking AJ Brown though. At the third spot, even if you've done it over and over, because he's deserving of that. But see how you didn't take him in the second and it benefited you. If you'd taken AJ Brown there, you still would have gotten a good running back, but with either Taylor or Swift, I think. But I like to look at your team. Melvin in the fourth is good value, Jim. I don't like that Baker pick at all. I love the JK pick. Problem, let's see what you do at QB later too. So we're going to be the lessons for people here. We'll see what Watkins does. But Watkins, Problem, and myself are showing people what a team could look like if they waited. Burrow at 4.4 feels early, but if you land it, man, Cook, Godwin, Kelsey, and then if, let's say, he is an elite quarterback in the future, you'd be looking good. But I don't know that I would bank on him yet. Problem has Adams, Hill, Fournette, and J.K. That's really good. Even with me not loving Fournette this year, that's a really good team. Nick Chubb, Baker. I don't like the Baker pick. I don't like the DJ Moore pick, but I love the Melvin Gordon pick in the fourth. So I love two of your picks there. Triple J going Judy. I like that pick. Hopkins, D. Henry, Dak, and Julio. It's pretty good over at the 12 spot. I should be highlighting these. Here's what's on the clock currently. Galladay, Watson, Elliott, Metcalf. Rage is up. Rage goes CeeDee Lamb. I mean, the two QBs that were here when I was on the clock last time that I was considering are still here. So I don't think I did bad. So if I go Josh Allen, and as much as I like guys like Daniel Jones, I kind of feel like, I don't know why, I just don't have the concerns people have about Aaron Rodgers at 36 years old. I mean, that Superflex team is freaking lit. I don't care about taking Rodgers. Rodgers has 2 or 3 more years left, at least 2. I don't care. I disagree with every single person that thinks Rodgers is done. I disagree with every single person that thinks in a Superflex league, 2 QBs, potentially you could start, that Rodgers is a waste of a pick in round 5. If this is a 1 QB league, I wouldn't take him in 5. I wouldn't take him in 6. I'd look for him in 7 or 8, where his ADP is probably going to lie. But I'd be damn happy to get Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers in a Superflex. I think that'd be pretty fantastic. Not many people taking as many QBs as I thought. But yes, Juju is much younger. Smitty go A-Rod. I did. Was going to take Rodgers, but really couldn't pass up on Julio there. I agree. So Watkins doesn't have a QB. Sports doesn't have a QB. And Problem. All 3 in a row coming up don't have QBs. So, oh no, I'm sorry. Sports does. Yes, Burrow. Let's see what Watkins does. Let's see what Problem does. And there's still some QBs left. I mean, I don't love Ryan for Dynasty, but Ryan is probably the most likely to be top 6, top 5, top 7. Daniel Jones, I like a lot. I like Daniel Jones a lot. Murray and Daniel Jones together. I like it. Jacob Swift, Cortland Sutton, nice squad. Little light at wide receiver, but Jacobs and Swift are pretty darn good. Kyler Murray's elite. I think you need a couple things to happen to keep in that mix. Tua, that's a bold move, Watkins, as your number 1. Darrell Henderson to Sports. Like it. Matt Ryan's good value Problem. You kind of snuck out of that. I don't know that you would do that more times than not. Wait that long and get a QB. I don't know if I would have got those QBs. You know, like if we ran this back with the same people in this draft, I'm pretty sure that we wouldn't see the same thing. It's weird how that happens, you know. Some of it's me talking about it. I get it, but other times people regret what they do, and they're like, man, if I could run that back, I'd do it differently. All right, let me evaluate these teams. Look for, while I have you here before you bail, look for my on Instagram. You better go follow me on Instagram. If you're not, you're missing out on content that's much like this, but in short little bursts with a whole lot of humor. And I tell stories on my stories. My stories are the best stories in fantasy football on Instagram, period. Period! They're funny. They're great. But I'll be pimping tomorrow. We're looking like we're going to draft tomorrow at noon, Arizona time, California time, noon, and 3 p.m. Eastern. If I change that, I'll let you know, but that's looking like the time we're going to do. Almost took... I told you I may put the link in here, but make sure you're on my stories because I may have somebody organize this in advance to get the league fees collected and all that. It might be safer to do that, and then when everybody sends in their league safe money, and the treasurer, whoever's going to be the treasurer, confirms that they've got it, then I know that person's in, and I can give them the link. I might do that because I feel like I don't know if it's going to be a mess to have people. Let's see here. All right, let's review these teams. Why did this person right here take their name off? They didn't like their team. All right, team 1 in a super flex, assuming we were going to go the whole distance. I'm going to say Barkley, Kenyon Drake, Juju, Josh Allen, and A-Rod is elite. In a super flex league, I'd take that top 3 or 4. McCaffrey, Eckler, Kittle, Lamb, Wentz. Whoop, sorry, wrong button. Wrong button. Top 5, baby. Elliott, Watson, Galladay, Metcalf, Chris Carson. That's really close to, because I think I'm just going to like a few teams better. I can't put you in there, but maybe I move you in because you have a damn good team. That's good. A lot of close teams right here. And we only go 5 rounds, so everybody's pretty close to begin with. I think we could separate if we did rounds 6 through 10. I just like to keep the mocks moving and do another one versus do a long ass, deep mock where people are getting tired of watching it on replays. I want my replay views to be up there and people to be excited to watch the entire show. Mahomes, Mixon, Taylor, Jerry Jeudy, Cam Akers. Man, if you just would have won another player other than Mixon. But, dude, if you like Mixon and you think I'm wrong, don't listen to me. I'm going to be wrong on calls. This could be one of them. So, but because of that, I'm going to put you fringe. But if Mixon's as good as Jacobs or Eckler or Drake, then you're going to be fine. And I'm going to be wrong. But I'm not going near him. Michael Thomas, Russell Wilson, Amari Cooper, Miles Sanders, James Conner. That's definitely a better place to take Sanders, in my opinion. This is a super flex, though, so everybody kind of got bumped down because of the QB. So, relatively speaking, it is kind of third roundish if you take those quarterbacks out. But I like that better. Cooper, Wilson, Michael Thomas, Sanders, Conner. You're fringe, but you're definitely not there because the team's bad. You're just there because I like some teams better. Where's Umberger? Umberger came last night. JP, Lamar, Aaron Jones, AJ Brown, Diggs, Chark. I like it. I would say fringe, but a lot of upside. It all kind of lives and dies by Aaron Jones. Who is this team? Why did they change their name? I can't even click on them because they don't have a name. What happened to them? It's Kyler Murray, Jacobs, Swift, Sutton, Daniel Jones. I think very, very good team. That's close to top. I'm gonna leave it out for now, but I think it's very, very. It could be one of the teams that I look to pull in if I can't find enough top 5 teams. Kamara, Evans, Odell, Mark Andrews, Tua. I think because of the QB struggles you could be looking at. That's the only reason I'm keeping you out. Cook, Godwin, Kelsey, Burrow, Henderson. Amazing team, but again, with these quarterbacks, man, I don't know if I would trust Burrow as my top guy. You could get kind of killed in the QB category for a couple of years. And this is why your team looks so good, is because you didn't go QB. So it's deceiving. You look at it, you're like, Cook, Godwin, Kelsey. God, that has to be an elite team. You know, Hendy's got a lot of upside, but he could also get screwed. You have this good a team because you didn't go QB. So it's kind of deceptive in a 2 QB league when you have a team that good, but you don't have a quarterback. It's like, it's really hard to rank you outside the top 5 or 6 because I love your team. But in the end, you're going to get killed unless Burrow's elite right away. Adams, but if you follow that up with like a Big Ben, Cam Newton, later on, like you have supporting cast while Burrow develops, and that might be what you'd be thinking here, then, dude, you could swing right back into my top 6. We just don't have anything to go off yet. I'm going off of these 5 choices and some speculation. Adams, Tyreek, Leonard Fournette, but still in the 3rd round, not crazy, especially late 3rd round. Adams, Hill, J.K., Matt Ryan. I think you are definitely fringe, and I'm not going to say that I don't like it at all. Very, very fringe worthy. Nick Chubb, Baker and DJ Moore are pretty risky, man, in my opinion. But trust your gut. I love the Melvin Gordon pick. I love the Ridley pick. So I'm putting you outside, but not in the top 6. Hopkins, Henry, Dak, Julio, Singletary. What does the future hold with Dak and Julio and Henry? I don't know, but you're gonna do well in 2020. That is it for today. Subscribe, follow. Thank you for mock drafting with me in this quarantine time craziness that we're in. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Take care of your mentals, your chicken, your family. Appreciate everything you do have, because I think this quarantine time right now is a good reminder of what families are all about, what friends are all about, maybe career choices, maybe enjoying the little things in your life, and just hopefully this is a positive experience in the end. In hindsight, we look back on this and we say, man, that was a crazy time, but you know what? I spent a lot of time with family. I spent a lot of time working on myself. You're working out, doing a fitness challenge with Smitty, because I'm working out every day, and I'm going to get absolutely ripped and fit during this time, and I'm going to give the bird to the coronavirus and say, you may be able to control me going to the grocery store. You may be able to control a lot of things about me, Corona, but COVID-19, you aren't holding me back from my health, and I'm going to work out and be a beast, and it's going to be because of you, COVID. So everybody give COVID the bird in the chat. If you can drop the bird emoji, I'd appreciate it real quick. Or once I publish this, say, do the bird emoji and type COVID. Or do the virus emoji and do the bird in the chat. Thank you very much. Look for me on IG. I'm announcing everything. I may not put the link in the chat tomorrow at noon. I may actually organize it in IG. So just make sure you're following me on IG right here at the Fantasy Football Show. And make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and notifications are turned on so you know when I go live tomorrow. In case I go live early or later, it's in your hands. Instagram and YouTube will be your guide. Yes, and problem once I post this and it goes live on YouTube, there'll be the comment section will start off completely blanked out. Give me a bird and COVID in that as well. Appreciate all of you.